Hello, everyone, or as I like to say, my fellow Elkhartians. Thank you for joining us for the annual State of the City speech. Every year, this speech aims to provide you with what's happening around Elkhart, detailing all the ongoing projects and priorities. I've got my notepad set up in front of me here because there's a lot to talk about, and I want to make sure I don't leave out any important information. Let's get started. Allow me to introduce you to your elected city officials. My name is John M. Kaczmarczyk, or Johnny, and I am mayor here in this fine city of Elkhart, Iowa. Angie Schaefer is our mayor pro tem. Council members include Brad Fordyce, Jill Edler, Rob Foraker, and Brad Campbell. Our elected officials act as a voice for Elkhart residents and ensure that government decisions reflect the needs and desires of citizens and keep Elkhart's sense of community. Please feel free to reach out to your city officials or city staff if you have any questions, concerns, or any input you'd like to share with us. I'll be sure to include a link to the city's website in the video description below that will take you directly to contact information such as phone numbers, emails, etc. The city has made some exciting strides within just the last year. One of the most prominent changes reflecting in the office is our new city staff that has been hired on. Katie Wilson, our city administrator, was hired in March of 2024, and Deb Nabity, our city clerk, joined us in May of 2024. Both have become acquainted in their roles and are working hard to improve our city and its operations. Deb is a CPA, or a certified public accountant, and has experience working with municipal finance. Katie has experience working in municipal government for several years and a background in marketing. Marissa Butler remains our utility deputy clerk and does a great job handling water bill inquiries and various other office tasks. We can't forget about Ron Cornwell and Rick Hubner, who make up our public works department on the full-time side. They do a fantastic job working around the clock to keep things running smoothly. The city has also hired some part-time and seasonal employees to assist Ron and Rick with various tasks. Scott Dre continues to serve as our fire chief, helping to keep the community safe. Our employees are our biggest assets and do an excellent job establishing and enforcing good government. I'd like to take a quick moment and extend my personal thanks and gratitude to each member of our council, city staff, and subcommittee members. They all do so much for this city and its residents. Keep up the great work, team. Let's transition to talking about what's going on in our community. First, you may have noticed the city's recent contributions to improve communication and transparency. We have implemented a YouTube channel where we keep all city council recordings for residents to watch at their convenience. At this time, I personally go through and add a timestamp to each agenda item in the video's description section. I do so to make finding information that is important to you as easy as possible. As a whole, we intend to increase our presence on social media to promote transparency. Other communication tools that are in the works for 2025 include city resident alert notifications, similar to Polk County alerts, and community bi-monthly newsletters. We encourage engagement and community feedback in all aspects of city government. Let's talk about some of the city projects that we have happening around town. The main project that is taking place in town is on the city's west side of our new water treatment facility. This unique plant is one of two in the state, and we are excited to kick off startup of the plant sometime in early spring of 2025. The design of the new treatment facility includes utilization of bacteria to reduce the ammonia in the water, resulting in higher quality water. Upon completion, this new water plant will be able to produce 3 times more water than our current facility has capacity. This is an exceptional accomplishment for the city and those involved with this implementation. Construction of this plant consists of adding new filters, inline aerators, and new ammonia removal processes. Water capacity is critical to the growth of our community, and Elkhart is committed to providing a sustainable, high-quality water service to its residents. A pilot project was conducted prior, which received great results, showing a significant reduction in the amount of ammonia in our water. We are excited to have this project completed in spring of 2025. We do plan to hold a ribbon cutting ceremony and an open house to invite citizens to see how their water is treated and how it makes its way into their homes. City Council recently accepted completion of our signature Prairie Point Park. This project is a one-of-a-kind design, and we were able to utilize Elkhart's abandoned sewer lagoons for recreational ponds. This year, Elkhart was awarded the American Public Works Association Award of the Year for this project, as this project captured the importance of managing stormwater runoff in the city, along with using old infrastructure to bring new life to the community. The first phase of Prairie Point Park is complete. However, there may be more additions planned for this park's future. Stay tuned for that. The city was able to secure $960,000 in grant funding for the first phase of this project. As new families are moving to Elkhart, we're excited to be able to offer these important recreational opportunities and enhance the quality of life in Elkhart. We also would like to express great gratitude towards the folks who have graciously donated towards the parks and its amenities. This year, the Parks and Rec Board received $3,125 in donations. If you are still interested in donating to Parks and Rec, your donation is tax deductible and will be acknowledged with a recognition plaque displayed in Prairie Point Park. We are also approaching the completion of our main lift station project at Prairie Point Park. This project aims to provide more capacity to move wastewater pass through to our existing lagoons. This is a critical piece of infrastructure that many may not realize. We are excited to have this new piece of infrastructure built in so that we can accommodate new homes and more residents to move to Elkhart. City staff, along with the city's financial advisor, are working together to utilize all of the city's funding options available, such as tax increment financing, or TIF, road use taxes, and local option sales tax to ensure we are in a healthy financial state expanding on large projects. We will do our due diligence in budgeting sessions to ensure that we keep the tax rate and utility rates as low as we possibly can, while still being able to pay for essential services the city needs in order to operate. Let's transition to some of our large projects and accomplishments this year. The city has completed several key projects. Here are a few of them. Ron and Rick with our Public Works Department regrouted 15 manholes along Elm Street. They also regrouted service lines from Grant to Mandy and raised 6 manholes to improve stormwater runoff. Highway patching took place along Northeast 46th Street and 126th Avenue this past summer. The water tower has been power washed, finally, to provide an aesthetically pleasing first impression to those driving through and visiting town. A built-in vestibule was constructed in City Hall for enhanced security, protection, and privacy. A new HVAC system was also installed in City Hall and the fire station. The community message board out front of City Hall has been repaired and renovated. 20 trees were planted in 3 parks this fall. Volunteers of all ages assisted with this project. Funding for this was received from the Department of Natural Resources for the trees. Pickleball court lines were painted at the Elkhart City Park on the city's west side by the water tower. We are working on obtaining a convertible pickleball and tennis net for the courts through grant funding and donations. Codification of all city codes was complete to provide an easily accessible finalized format for residents, staff, and elected officials. We also increased our partnership with the Cambridge Memorial Library. Did you know that the City of Elkhart contracts with Cambridge Memorial Library for the different services they offer? We encourage you to take a trip to this facility sometime. The library hosts many events for children and adults and is always receiving new or different books. With COVID relief federal funding, we were also able to upgrade several city facilities. All lighting at the community center, fire station, and City Hall has been or is in the process of being upgraded to LED lights. Elkhart Memorial Park ball fields also received LED lighting upgrades. In addition to all this new illumination, the community center interior and City Hall exterior will get a fresh coat of paint. We are excited to provide these renovations to residents and enhance our quality of life in Elkhart. City administration has stayed busy with adopting and implementing new policies and rules throughout the year as well. Our hope is to create more structured and collaborative environment for all. A few of these changes include modifications to community center rental agreement, the updated snow ordinance, codification of all city codes, a special event policy, and internal control policies for city staff. Our city staff has also made it a priority to place city reserve funds into CDs to gain more interest. We are excited to see the return on investment that these changes create. Elected officials and city staff held our first strategic planning session just this past November. This goal-setting session is crucial to preparing our annual budget and future budgets to align with the organization's priorities. The following goals were identified to complete within the next 0 to 2 years. Complete revised capital improvement or capital equipment plan for Public Works Department. Implementation of citywide code enforcement. We'll have more information coming out about that soon. Increase community events. Develop new comprehensive plan. Revisit our tax abatement policy. Add an additional cell to our sewer lagoons. Install a water line at the lagoons. Phase 2 flooding mitigation. Memorial Park ball field upgrades. Organizational effectiveness. Onboard a third full-time public works employee. Infrastructure funding policy. Financial software upgrades. Establish a debt policy. And an annexation agreement with Ankeny. Now, one more thing before we close out. Elkhart is still actively in the process of having a convenience store built in town. We wanted to provide an update that the city has an approved amendment agreement with the developer, and the construction timeline now states completion by December of 2025. We will post more updates when we receive them from the developer. Thank you to all of our city staff and elected officials for continuing to ensure our city runs smoothly and safely. In addition to the great work of all of our employees and city council, it also takes members of the community to help us thrive and remain a great place to live, work, and play. We would like to thank all of our community volunteers who dedicate their time and energy serving on various boards. To name a few, the Elkhart Community Betterment Committee, or ECBC, Elkhart Parks and Rec Board, Cemetery Board, Planning and Zoning Commission, the Board of Adjustments, and some of our affiliated partners such as AES Little League and the Elkhart Baseball Softball Association. In conclusion, we are very excited about the future of Elkhart. We have room to grow and passionate people behind the scenes willing to do the work to implement new ways of doing things, improve transparency, and listen to our citizens' concerns. To put it lightly, the way we've always done it is no longer a good enough reason, unless the way we've always done it is proven to be the best, most effective way. Again, please reach out to your city officials or city staff regarding any questions, concerns, or input that you may have. Thank you to all the residents and everyone watching for making Elkhart what it is. We hope you enjoyed these short highlights of what we've been up to this past year. We encourage each and every one of you to become involved and stay informed with city updates to see what's in store for the upcoming years ahead. Thank you all, and Happy New Year.